What's up, guys? In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a really easy pegboard. I'm going to use this for my garage renovation series. This is part 4. And so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up a plane. And I know the pegboard size that I am going to have. It is 24 inches by 4 feet. So we're just going to hit scale on the axes we want and then hit 2. Now we have 24 by 48. We're going to go to the top-down view, and this is really easy to do. We're going to go ahead and we're going to create a circle. We're going to try and keep these vertices to a minimum. So we're going to go here to 8. And because this is such a small detail, we're going to be cutting this out many times. We want to make sure that we have a low count, so when we put it all together, it's not going to lag our PC. So we just hit F to fill. And we extrude just a little bit. And now we're going to create the grid pattern. We're going to go all the way up here to the top. We're going to go into wireframe mode. And I think right about here in the center of these squares is a good place to start. Start at the very top left corner. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add an array modifier. And we want them to be on each corner. We're going to line it up as best as we can. Now we're going to just fill it up. All right, so that looks pretty good. We're gonna go ahead and apply that, and we're gonna add another one. But this time, we're gonna be going down the y-axis. So we're gonna hit 0. Now we're just gonna raise the count. So now we have a little stencil. Go ahead and we can auto smooth that. We can add a boolean, and we can click on the circle. And it actually didn't kill our PC, which is nice. So now we have a pretty flat pegboard. We're going to go ahead and apply the boolean. So we want to add a little bit of depth to this. So I'm going to select every edge. I'm just going to extrude it by about 1/2 inch. I'm going to select every edge again, including these corners. I'm going to add a slight bevel because nothing's ever really flat. Control B to make a bevel. So now that we have this pegboard done, we're going to go ahead and make a couple inserts for it. And the inserts, I'm actually going to make in a higher detail. So we're going to go ahead and save this real quick. So we're going to rotate this 90 degrees. And we're just going to add a couple quick little pegs here. We're going to add a circle, and we're going to give that 16 verts. We're going to scale it down to be the size of the hole here. I'm going to extrude. And now these pegs typically have a curve on them. So we're going to shift right click. We're going to go over here to our navigation menu, and we're going to click on the spin tool. We don't need 12 steps here, so let's do 6 steps. We're going to extrude again. We're going to fill that end. We're going to add a slight bevel to it. Now we have a rounded peg. So all I'm going to do here is I'm going to move this to the top left. And I already have an idea of how I want my pegboard to be laid out, so I might as well do that right now. Scale these up just a little bit. Add an array modifier. I'm going to click any point on here, then click L to link. We're going to go ahead and delete all these things with faces on them, and we're going to add another array. Back into wireframe mode. These have a spacing of 3. We want these to have a spacing of at least double that. Yeah, six spacing is fine. Duplicate that, make sure it's 3 away, and then once more right in the middle. Now, the only thing I've noticed here is these pegboards are a little too long, like these pegs themselves. What we can do to fix that is we can just line them up where we think we'll want them. We'll go ahead and apply all of these array modifiers that we have going. And what we'll do is we'll select the bottom and we'll just drag them up. Because we've kept them all on the same level, go ahead and just go to the bottom here. We can rotate out. And we didn't fill these. That can actually be a bit of an inconvenience for us. As you can see here, we have to go manually select all these edges. But what we can do instead of that, we can select all of them. We can hit Control J to join them, set the origin to geometry. And what we'll do is we'll just select one of them, and we'll go select option up here, select similar, and we will click on one of these options until we get the right one. Oh, in this case, it was first try. Side view. We're just going to bring all these up so they're where we want them to be. Very easy fix. I know pegboards don't usually look this uniform. I'm going to be moving some of these around in the final part where I go over the actual garage. But for the meantime, I think this looks pretty good. Thank you guys for watching my quick tutorial. Stay tuned for, I believe it's part 5.